Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Powerful on Purpose, where we talk to amazing women who are building businesses and really on a mission to change the world. As you know, I'm a firm believer if the world's going to change, and let's just see, I think it maybe could use a little improvement, then women are going to be the ones to do that. And this is Naomi Rothstein, and she's a former full time fitness trainer. And she became a business mentor for fitness professionals who are ready to grow online. Really, this is a classic example, as we'll hear, of someone using their story and going, wait a minute, I can help more people achieve what they want to as well. So, welcome, Naomi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I held back my clapping when you said women need to take over the world. I wanted to clap in and say, yes, thank you so much for having me. Thank you
Right
for
on
having
this
me. I'm
show,
so
pretty
happy to
much
be here.
anything goes.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I always like to start with guests. What is the story that led you to do what you're doing?
Sure. Okay. So in high school, I started going to the gym with my mom after school because my parents led a very active lifestyle and always kind of instilled that in us, not in like a forceful way, but it was just kind of like, we go to the gym, we get strong. So I started going in high school and I just became so in love with how my body felt, the confidence it gave me at an early age. And I was like, I need to be doing this. Like, this is my calling. This is what I want to do. So fast forward, I went to college. I studied exercise science, graduated with an exercise science degree and a minor in nutrition. And shortly after graduation, I started full-time personal training in Boston where I live. And for those for those of you personal trainers listening, starting out, what we usually do is start at a big box gym, which is exactly what I did. So I worked at a big box gym, to learn everything. Learn, like, literally, I was a sponge. I wanted to soak up everything. I was at one gym for 2 years. I transferred to another big box gym. I was there for almost 5 years, and I just hit absolute my max burnout, physically, mentally, emotionally. The lifestyle of a full-time personal trainer is really grueling. And essentially, if you want to make a certain amount of money, you just have to work more. It's really easy. You just give up more time. I was back and forth to the gym 3 times a day, every day. My weekends weren't mine. I was always anxious, stressed about money, about life. It was not a good situation. And I said to myself, this can't be it. Like, this can't be my life. And I have to find a way to make money and diversify the way that I'm working because I need time to my. I saw other people making money online and having fitness programs. And this was back in like 2016, 2017. And I said to myself, I want to do that. And I can. So in 2017, I gave my notice at the gym. I left and with goals to have my own business and have my own online business specifically. So I was still training clients privately. And meanwhile, I was trying to do this whole online thing. And for those who know, it is not easy as we expect. It was kind of like, in my head, I said, I sell out full-time personal training. I'm booked to the brim. This will be easy. And it wasn't, because content and messaging and marketing and offers and all of that, it's so different. So I hired a mentor and she completely changed my life in the sense that she helped me build an online fitness course the right way. And I was completely able to change my life. I was able to help so many more women. I fell in love with content, messaging, marketing, and I was really good at it. Not only that, it just came so naturally to me. So then COVID hit, and all these trainers are like, Naomi, what are you doing? Naomi, teach me what, blah, 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 blah. Because everyone needed to go online. And I said to myself, I want to teach this. I can make money doing this. I want to mentor. I love this. So in 2020, I started mentoring trainers with my signature program called One Fit Biz. And since 2020, I ran that program 10 times. I'm currently revamping it, but I have been mentoring fitness professionals for the past 6 years, helping them create offers and content and messaging and really just diversifying the way that they work so they don't have to live on the gym floor. And I'm also a mom of 2 little girls. Life is busy, but I love what I do.
Right. Right. And I love that finding really your role is helping other people shortcut it, because I think you hit on something important. Yeah, it's a struggle. There's people doing it, but like struggling is optional now, right?
Totally.
I say that about
Totally.
book writing, right? But yeah, in building an online fitness business now, like we make that an optional. If you still want to do it, hit your head against the wall, knock yourself out. But you want the shortcut, come join us.
Absolutely. I always say, the thing with mentorship, And a lot of people at this point in 2026, everyone's been burned by a bad investment in no matter what online, right? A bad mentor, a bad program. Not, and I don't mean bad, but just like it wasn't right for them. Everyone has their guard up a little bit. And I think it takes a little while to find out what you need first because there are people to help you. And just because you had a negative experience in a program or with a mentor or with a coach, it doesn't mean that everyone is bad.
Right. You're right. But we definitely do have that kind of
Yeah,
scary,
the guard up for
like,
sure.
yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah. So what is the biggest obstacle do you see of building an online fitness business? And I think that
Oh
probably
my God.
generalizes to online business, right? And I know there's a
Yeah,
bunch,
for
but
sure.
yeah.
There's so many. I think it's really hard. I don't want to say specifically for trainers because I think this goes for a lot of people, but and I'll say industry experts who are used to seeing clients in person and getting clients in person. It is really challenging to take your expertise and package it up in a new way to convey that energy and that passion and the messaging that you want to share online. It is, you could sit in a room, I could sit in a room and sell a 50 pack of personal training. But online, it's a lot harder. Different. Marketing is different. Sales is different. We have that barrier of the phone. And I don't think people realize that just because you are so incredible at what you do, it doesn't mean that you are going to sell out your program when you go to market it online. It's a very different skill set, the content, the messaging, the marketing, the sales, the talking to people. It's just different.
Yeah, I think you make a super valid point, right? And I'm sure that you see that all day long. And there's so many experts online, right? So I think you're onto something that really is the biggest point is kind of a mental reset or reframe of
Totally.
how
Yep.
to, it's a different setting, right? And a different
Yes.
showcasing of our work, if you will.
Yes, I love that different showcasing. It's like, it's like apples and oranges. And I think a lot of, I don't want to say just trainers, but I'm just thinking about myself when I first started online. I almost had this elitist attitude that, or like an ego driven attitude, like, oh, I'm booked out one on one. Like, this will be easy for me, like I deserve, like, it's automatically going to be handed to me. And then I was like, okay, it kind of humbles you when you start to put your stuff online. It humbles you. And I know for me, I want to learn. I want to grow. I did not want to do it by myself. So I wanted to hire someone who's done the thing I want to do and tell me how to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, great point. There's absolutely ways, again, to shortcut some of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's his story maybe of somebody you worked with that you really saw that transformation? Because you're making not only his business transformation, but also what I hear you saying is this confidence, this ability now to really create the life of our dreams, if you will.
Yeah, actually, my client Jill, I'll tell her to listen to this episode. My client Jill, I have been working with her for 4 years, and she is a Pilates instructor. And she has, from the moment I met her, she has wanted to mentor other Pilates instructors. She runs a lot of Pilates training. She's very well known in Boston, where she is. And she wanted to run a program to help mentor other instructors. And she put it off and put it off. She had a lot of self doubt. Like, is anyone going to sign up for this? I don't know. So, anyways, we've been working together for 4 years. And this year, finally, we put it together. I helped her with the curriculum, with the launching, with the sales, and she sold out. She had a goal to get 10 women in there. She got 12 women in there, and she never had to do a public launch, which means she started talking to people about it, her clients, people she knows, like we call it backdoor launching. And she signed up 12 people without ever having to even go through what some would call a stressful launch. And she just sent me a message this morning, like just how grateful she is and how much confidence she's gained. And she can't believe that the thing that she wanted to build is here and like the lives she's impacting. So that actually happened, this conversation this morning. It's great.
Yeah, super, super great. And obviously fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think it speaks to that testimony of sort of that system, right? I love your term of backdoor marketing, backdoor launching, right? Because we're building that momentum that can make it so we don't need to do that other end of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal. That's what we all want. Like, if I can do I'm putting quotations up. If we can do a backdoor launch and just get people in who have been in our world without going through that public launch, I think that's every online business owner's dream. So, and she did it. She did it, so we did it. It was amazing. I was so proud of her. I am so proud.
Are there any things that you see happening online shifting that people are needing to adjust to now? I think the times are always changing.
Oh, yeah. Yep. The times are always changing. And right now, a lot of business mentors will say that we're kind of going through a trust recession online. As I was saying a few minutes ago, a lot of people have their guard up. And it's not that people don't have the money to spend. It's not like a money recession. It's a literal trust recession. So a lot of people are being sold to. There's a lot of people who are taking advantage of selling online, which they should, because there's space for everyone. But everyone is way more, just has a defense up because they don't want to be, quote, sold to. So back in the day in 2020, 2021, we could create, let's say, what I call a high ticket program. So let's say something over $1,000 would be a high ticket program, and you could get people to sign up. And it would be amazing. And you could do a launch a few times a year. Great. That's how I ran my program. Now it's much harder to sell a high ticket program right off the bat. People want to test you out a lot more. So, a lot of coaches, myself included, are creating other ways to make it more accessible to get people into our world to see what it's like before they make that bigger investment first. So for example, I have a content and sales membership that is under $100 a month. And the ultimate goal is to have those people see what it's like in my world, see how I can help them with content, messaging, and marketing, which I will. And then when my bigger program comes out this summer, it's an easy yes, because they already have seen what it's like, they've gotten results, and then they can level up.
Right. Makes perfect sense. And I absolutely agree that that has made a huge difference in how we should approach, right? And if we're not changing, then we really are banging our head against a wall there.
One of my clients recently said, you have to adapt or die. And I was like, you're not wrong. I mean, not literally, but like, you do. And the online space in general, in terms of content and messaging, it's changed so much. People want the talking head reels. People want the raw, the real, no makeup, no editing, no fancy trick, like none of that. They just want to feel like you're on FaceTime with your best friend to really feel that connection. And we have to adapt because that's how people are buying and how people are feeling connected.
Right. Exactly. It seems like, and I could be totally wrong, but fitness trainers was one of those areas where it used to be very heavily male dominated, right? And then once women started coming into it, because they were catering to other women, do you feel like it's different for men and women in the fitness space?
That's a great question. I do work with some men. I have some incredible male clients, but definitely I have more women right now. So I would love to get a male's perspective on this and what he feels as a personal trainer online. I would love to get his perspective actually on this question, because I don't know. I can tell you the two men who I work with are killing it. Like they're amazing. They tap in, they do the work, they show up, they have their ideal clients. I work with he's a kettlebell trainer and he also does meditation. So he's creating a meditation membership right now. And he's amazing. He's wonderful. So I think so. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. If you are here to learn, if you are here to do the work, if you want the growth, I think that the sky's the limit online, honestly.
Right. Exactly. So what advice would you give to someone who's sitting out there listening to this and I'm kind of stuck? It doesn't seem to be working online for me. What piece of advice would you give them?
Hire someone to help you.
Right.
I mean, because at the end of the day, if you want one thing and a number one objection is like, I don't have the budget. Okay, fine. You don't have the budget, but you're going to invest something. Like you're going to invest your time, you're going to invest your energy, you're going to invest money. And if you want to grow in any capacity, not just online, but like grow with anything, if you want to learn how to play piano, if you want to learn how to swim, whatever it is, you are going to have to make an investment of your time, of your energy, probably of some money. So, am I saying that you go have to take out a second mortgage on your house and get into a 20K mastermind? Absolutely not. But what I can tell you is to hire a person who you have been following, who you are on the edge with, hire them. Hire them. Get into their world, see what it's like. Because you could keep banging your head against the wall and keep doing the same shit, but at some point, you're going to stop because you're going to say, oh, this is too hard and I'm not good at it. You're just going to stop altogether. So I would say hire someone, follow them, learn from them, ask questions, get in the room and hire them.
Right. And two things that are standing out from what you're talking about is really this growth mindset and being curious. And I'm trying to remember who I had this conversation with, the explosion of trainers online. And part of it is because people are being more aware of health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And that trainers have that capability to bridge between the healthcare system and unhealthy patients. And that's right now a huge population, right? And I don't mean like we can fix you, but we can get you healthier.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I think, a really important thing for anyone online is to really think about who you want to work with in that sense, to really be speaking to one group of people. Because when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. And if you're someone who's like, well, I help anyone that comes my way, that probably means that your messaging and your content is not reaching anyone. So it's really important to figure out the group of people that you want to help and speak directly to their problems, showing how what you have to offer is their one solution over and over and over and over again. Repetition,
consistency. There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
Some great tips, not only for healthcare professionals, but obviously for any sort of online business. And I know you have not only a new event coming up, but also a free gift for people. So if you want to share both of those, and we'll put the links in the show notes.
Sure. So I do have a free quiz for trainers, but it's not just for trainers. It's really for anyone who wants to build something online. So if you're out there and you're like, oh, I'm not a trainer, it's not for me, this could be for anyone. You are someone who wants to build something online, or maybe you even have. And what this quiz does is it spits out what you should be building. Because a lot of people come and they're like, oh, I should be building a membership. I should be building a high ticket course. I should be doing this. And you literally don't know. What this does is it asks some questions and it spits you out what you should be building based on your lifestyle, based on your skills, based on what you want, all of that. So that is 100% free quiz. I also have a content and sales membership called Fit Biz Study Hall. This is a small group. There is a 3 or 6 month minimum commitment to join, because nothing gets done under 3 months. If you're a trainer listening, it takes way longer than a month to see any sort of results. This includes live monthly trainings from me and Q&As, and I am really good at content messaging and marketing. And what you need now is eyes on your stuff. You don't need more prompts. You don't need more hooks. You don't need more information. You need direct feedback. So that's what this membership is all about.
Cool. Well, that sounds awesome. I know listeners are going to be excited for that. And again, if you want to build a business online, then this is a great place to start, regardless of the area of the business.
Yes.
Cool. Well, any last words of wisdom, and you've dropped quite a few, that you'd like to share here with our audience?
What I can say for those who are online business owners listening is to not give up too soon. I think the number one thing that I have seen over the years is people wanting to have an online business because they want more flexibility in their life, for whatever your why is, to help people, and you stop too soon. It can take years for you to find your groove, to find, like, my business has transformed so much since 2020, my mentor business online. It is nothing like when it started, and I am so grateful for that, because had I not stuck with it, I would have stopped. So find your people, find a mentor, find your group of people who you can really be in it with to help get support, different support than you would get from a spouse or a family member. This is a different type of support. And please do yourself the favor of staying with it longer than you would think it would take. You got to have patience.
Right. Maybe longer even than you're comfortable with, I would say. Absolutely. Well, this has been a joy. So appreciate you coming on and spending time with us, and loved having you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate it.
Yep, yep. And be sure and subscribe because you don't want to miss more conversations with powerful women who are moving the world in powerful ways, right?
Yes.